Imagine starting your day with a heartfelt prayer and ending it with a chainsaw in hand. That's the extraordinary blend of spirituality, adventure, and everyday joys in Monica Galetti's world. This acclaimed chef, known for her bold kitchen creations, leads a life that's equal parts serene and thrilling. But here's where it gets controversial. In a world obsessed with fame, she openly despises watching herself on screen. Stick around to see how she balances divine gratitude with shark dives and antique fairs, and discover the quirky routines that make her Saturdays uniquely her own. Monica Galetti burst onto television screens back in 2009, serving as a judge on MasterChef, The Professionals, teaming up with her mentor, the legendary Michel Roux Jr. Her journey began as a calm chef at Le Gavroche, where she climbed the ranks to sous chef, then head chef, eventually branching out to launch Le Gavroche de Tropiques in the tropical paradise of Mauritius. Born in Samoa, a stunning South Pacific gem of islands and hidden treasures, she relocated to Wellington, New Zealand, at just 8 years old, where she soaked up the vibrant culture and natural beauty. In 2017, she and her husband, David, a skilled sommelier dedicated to the art of wine expertise, opened Mir, a restaurant venture that sadly closed its doors last year. Together, they raised their 19-year-old daughter, Anais, and now call Surrey home. In our beloved My Saturday series, Monica opens up about her cherished downtime, revealing a day packed with faith, fitness, family, and fun. 7:30 a.m. My two furry pals, Harry the boxer and Cole the French bulldog, jolt me awake with their playful antics. Think a tennis ball to the head or a rubber toy smack for emphasis. It's their way of saying, "Good morning, let's play." 7:45 a.m. Without fail, I begin my day with prayer. I reach out to God and Jesus, offering a simple yet profound thank you for the precious gift of life. Following that, I tend to the dogs by feeding them, whip up a flat white coffee using my high-end machine, and dive into a personal Bible reading session where I read aloud to myself. Hearing the words spoken makes the connection deeper for me. This ritual can stretch from 30 minutes to a full 90, and I find it truly uplifting. It's clearly enriching my life in meaningful ways. For those new to spiritual practices, think of it as a quiet moment of reflection that centers your mind, much like meditation but focused on gratitude and faith. 8:30 a.m. Next up, it's gym time for a solid weight training session. As for arm wrestling, my husband David? Absolutely, I'd win, but only if I bend the rules a bit. It's all in good fun, and building strength keeps me energized for everything else. 9:30 a.m. Post-workout, I reunite with David and Anais over another coffee. Our daughter has just embarked on her university adventure at the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts, LIPA, and, honestly, adjusting to the empty nest has been tough. We're still finding our rhythm. Saturdays often call for fluffy pancakes or homemade sourdough bread, toasted and topped with creamy avocado or a perfectly poached egg. Cooking at home is so much more laid back than my professional kitchen grind. Baking, especially, feels like pure relaxation, a creative outlet that soothes the soul. 10 a.m. Time to leash up the dogs for a brisk walk, followed by a heartwarming visit to our elderly neighbors. They're in their 80s, and it's incredibly fulfilling. One dear lady battles dementia and, bless her, she always compliments my tan and asks if I've been on holiday, forgetting each time that I'm from Samoa. It's a gentle reminder of the beauty in small, repeated joys. 11 a.m. On every third Saturday, our village of Banstead hosts an antiques fair, and I'm utterly hooked on browsing items I probably don't need. My collection now boasts about 15 vintage pottery jugs, and I recently snagged 2 old-fashioned flat irons, perfect for flattening meat on the barbecue or even as quirky doorstops. For beginners curious about antiques, these fairs are like treasure hunts where history meets hidden gems. 12:30 p.m. Since I prefer a hearty dinner later, lunch is light and simple, like a quick bowl of Itsu noodles, fresh, flavorful, and easy. 2 p.m. Travel is my passion, so afternoons are for plotting my next exhilarating escape, the wilder the better. One unforgettable thrill was shark diving in Vanuatu's South Pacific waters, but David's perforated eardrum means he can't join me for underwater adventures anymore. And this is the part most people miss: how balancing thrills with family constraints adds a layer of real-life drama to her adventurous spirit. Imagine facing majestic sharks. It's a rush that reminds us of nature's power, but safety always comes first. 3:30 p.m. After a grueling work week, I indulge in a deep Thai massage. They expertly tread on me, releasing every knot. I've been a loyal fan for ages. If you're new to this, it's like a full body reset, combining pressure points and stretches for ultimate relaxation. 4:50 p.m. As the clock nears 5 p.m., I get that familiar itch for a drink. With David as a sommelier, someone who's an expert in wines, pairing them with food like a culinary matchmaker, we experiment with intriguing bottles. Lately, we savored a stunning golden 1992 Cloudy Bay Chardonnay that was simply divine. Post-pandemic, we've matured. One bottle suffices now, no more escalating to 4. It's a nod to how life lessons shape even our leisure. 6:30 p.m. Saturdays lend themselves to quiet reflection. I often ponder my path from childhood in Samoa and New Zealand to where I am today. My late father, who passed away last year, would say, "Well done, darling, you've excelled in London, working with that renowned chef Mohammed Al-Fayed." He meant Michel Roux, of course, a funny mix-up that still makes me smile. But here's where it gets controversial. Is reflecting on past triumphs a healthy habit, or does it risk dwelling on what once was? Many swear by it for gratitude, yet others argue it can stir unnecessary nostalgia. 7 p.m. David and I adore cooking as a team. Homemade pizzas are a hit when friends and their kids drop by. I love them loaded with chicken and artichokes, or a white pizza featuring 3 distinct cheeses. For just us, it's often a succulent loin of pork paired with baked sweet potatoes, so much so that Anais can't bear to look at it anymore. 9 p.m. Dinner winds down with a soothing cup of herbal lemon and ginger tea, then we alternate picking movies. David recently selected a Dutch film about a terrorist using pesticides to harm others. It was utterly dreadful. I steer clear of cooking shows, particularly those featuring me. I loathe hearing my own voice. Spotting myself on TV? "Oh my God, that's me. Turn it off," she exclaims. And this is the part most people miss. In an era of social media self-promotion, her self-aversion feels refreshingly honest, yet some might call it overly critical. Does hating your own on-screen presence make you more relatable, or is it a sign of insecurity? Let's debate. Do you avoid watching yourself or embrace it? 10 p.m. If guests are around, we dive into Suapi, a competitive Samoan card game that's all about strategy and laughter. Otherwise, I sketch out gardening plans. I'm passionate about it, though my family flees at the mention. They dread my enthusiasm. Our Limoges property was a jungle when we bought it, but I've conquered it with a chainsaw, loving every buzz and chop. 11 p.m. We prepare the sofa with a blanket for the dogs, though they often sneak upstairs anyway, especially the mischievous Frenchie. My final chat is with David, who usually dozes off first. Then, I close the day with a prayer, bidding goodnight to the world. Monica Galetti teamed up with Itsu to craft their latest noodle and broth line, blending her culinary flair with accessible flavors for everyday meals. What do you think? Is daily prayer a game changer for your routine, or just a personal quirk? And should chefs like Monica embrace or shun TV appearances? Share your thoughts in the comments. Agree or disagree? We'd love to hear.